Gentlemanly southern scoundrels, pirates, conmen, false prophets, evil wizards, and seekers of bloody revenge. But the curious thing is that these dime novel entertainments are very much unlike the dozens of other pieces that Borges published in the pages of Crítica during his 2 years with the paper, where he was in fact employed as a kind of torch-bearer for high literature. The story is this. In 1933, the publisher of Crítica decided that he needed to upgrade his paper's image. And to do that, he hit upon bringing out a Sunday cultural supplement to compete with the high-toned literary section, edited by the promising young novelist and Borges' friend, Eduardo Mallea, that came out with the Sunday edition of La Nación, Argentina's leading newspaper. Crítica's new supplement was eventually called the Revista Multicolor, the multicolored or perhaps motley review. And the publisher achieved a kind of coup and underscored his determination to give his newspaper cultural legitimacy when he managed to persuade Jorge Luis Borges to edit the literary section and to be a major contributor to the supplement. Nor did Borges disappoint his new employer, for in most of the pieces published under his byline during this period, he soberly carried out his cultural mission, offering straightforward and more than a little edifying book reviews, cultural opinion essays, film reviews, short biographical sketches of leading Latin American, continental, British, and American writers and poets, pieces that we might today call essays in comparative mythology, etc., and translating poems and brief prose passages from French, German, and English-speaking authors. But consider the reader of the Revista Multicolor's pages. It must have been intriguing, to say the least, and perhaps even a bit disorienting to see these fine translations and these sober, conventional, distinctly highbrow literary essays cheek by jowl with the blood-and-guts thrillers of the series so titillatingly titled A Universal History of Iniquity, and all written by the same young man. It was as though Borges was having a bit of fun with the Iniquity pieces by taking on the colors of his tabloid surroundings, and that was the sort of subtle, witty joke that characterized Borges all his life. Today, looking back, one of the most striking things we see about Borges's production during the Revista Multicolor period is precisely that odd duality of high seriousness and fun. Even in this, his first sustained effort at prose narrative, Borges was already indulging the two sides of himself that critics and readers have so often commented on since. The serious side that was erudite, extraordinarily well-read, insightful, thought-provoking, yet somewhat dry, if not downright pedantic. And the playful side that loved a good spoof, relished a subtle joke, delighted in sharing with the reader a sly smile or a conspiratorial wink, and was constantly on the alert for the chance to produce a startling and witty juxtaposition. And yet that sunny, sportive side had its shadows, for the playful pieces that make up this collection all revolve ineluctably around violence, evil-doing, betrayal, iniquity, as the title says. The importance of this motif can hardly be overstressed, for it runs throughout Borges's oeuvre. Perhaps because of Borges's fame as a writer of erudite fictions that speculate endlessly on time